But I'm like putting my cell phone up and I'm looking for service and boom, here comes my knight in shining trophy truck.
I love it.
I think we did that take about, I don't know, maybe like 12 times.
Oh, wow.
And I remember then we cut to the next scene where he drifts into me. Got that on the first take. So I'm getting into the truck now. And as soon as we're done with that shot, they're like, all right, Janey, we've got a stunt double for you now for the desert run. And I was like, no. That was my very first taste of off-road life.
And like you said, you were hooked.
I'm Jane.
And I'm Design Muse.
Welcome to High Octane Hustle.
I feel like that needs a little more.
Okay. She sounds like Baby Bear. There we go. Hey guys, I'm Fastlane Jane.
And I'm Design Muse.
And welcome to High Octane Hustle.
There you go.
Thank you very
I feel
much.
that.
Woo!
Yes.
Oh my gosh. I'm so excited for today's guest. Man, she's an amazing human being. Holy moly.
Totally. I mean, we just talked to her for a couple minutes and you already knew that.
Oh
huh?
my gosh.
I know.
Right
exactly.
away.
I'm so excited to have Janey Lee on and really just to talk about what she's been up to, where she plans on going. She's a Bronco girl herself.
Yes.
So,
And
we kind of have something in common there.
Yeah, and we've been trying to get her on the show
Yes.
since you had modded her Bronco, right?
Yes,
Oh
yeah,
my
we do
gosh.
have a Baja Forged bumper on there. Yeah,
Right on.
So she has a pretty rad Bronco, I have to say.
And a nice list of accomplishments. That was an easy word.
I said it earlier. It's hard.
Nice
It's a really
list of accomplishments
and
that we're going to dive into today.
and we will, and we'll get to that. But first, let's talk about what we have going on and share with me what you've been up to.
Holy mackerel. Well, a lot of time in the shop, honestly. I mean, I've got...
I totally forgot. Sorry.
I'm actually
That's good. Any time in the shop is good.
Yeah. I'm trying to get some lift time for the Magnum so I can get under the Magnum. I hear some rattles.
Oh, the 2-post lift.
Yes. Yeah.
Got it.
Well,
or
no.
Four posts.
Yeah.
Whatever. A lift.
You know the thing.
You said lift time. I was like, what are we talking about?
Just lift time. I shouldn't have said
You need it up in the air. You need the vehicle up in the air. Okay. Okay.
So that I can find, there's she's got 240,000 miles on her. So I've got to find
in the throat. Sorry.
No. She's rattling like an old lady, like me at this
She's like,
freaking
no, it's
point.
horrible. Okay.
Like me at this point.
Okay.
And so I'm super excited to do that. But that means I have to kick a couple of cars out of the way. Like Greg's working on a 65 Chevelle. They're putting a new Art Morrison Pro Touring chassis underneath. And then we have a C1 that's in the shop that's getting Art Morrison front and rear suspension. So big shout out to Art Morrison for that.
Yeah.
And, that's what's going on at the shop. And then, just teaching. Teaching.
No, we're finishing up a Bronco right now, and I can't wait to see it done. It looks so good. It's a 2-door. It's painted the same color as my vehicle.
Oh,
and
I love
stuff,
it.
But
I love it.
the inside, the leather interior in this thing is amazing. I'm not going to lie. It's absolutely gorgeous.
Who does your interior?
Rogelio's. And we
Okay.
actually just stopped by there on the way because he's also doing one of the vehicles for Dave Cole, who does King of the Hammers as well.
Oh my gosh.
And
KOH.
Yes.
Was so much fun.
Yeah, and so it's so funny because I forget that I love to do design interiors so much, and I've been having a lot of people reaching out and just having me kind of help them with that too.
I love that.
That's been really cool.
That.
Yeah,
and I had such a blast too at the Desert Ranch Roundup. Oh my gosh.
I'm glad. It's something that I love doing with Baja Forged. It's a great time for everyone just to come out and
the faces we get to see.
Yeah, definitely. It's the camaraderie of all of that and stuff. So definitely. And last year we had Janey help us with some Monster Energy drinks, so that was so awesome.
Yes.
Because she's a Monster Energy girl.
Yeah.
And I cannot wait to bring her on.
Babe.
I know, right?
Yes.
But she is one of the nicest people I know too. Loves to do off-roading and stuff. I've seen her really excel and really come into all of that. And so I really want to share today with more of that. She's a Can-Am ambassador. Like she said, she drives a Bronco. So, I kind of like that part too.
Can't not love that. Can't not love that.
So we would love to welcome Janey.
Hello. I'm so excited to be here. Thank you.
Yay.
Just a little bit nervous, but
It's okay.
You have nothing to be nervous about. I mean, it's
It's just
can I
us.
just say your charisma between you two is amazing.
thank you.
I love it.
I appreciate that.
I
We
feel
appreciate
like,
it.
okay, this is going to be great.
Safe,
Good,
right? It's
good.
a safe space.
It
right
is a
here.
safe space.
Yeah.
And that's exactly what we want. We
Yeah.
want people to feel comfortable. We already have like the same types of I don't know, we just like good people like you.
Yeah.
But we love motorsports and all the other stuff that comes with it. And lately, I love seeing all the things that you've been doing and really
you.
diving in. Like you even said, it might even be a little out of your comfort zone and stuff, but how rewarding has it been?
I can't even imagine being in the space that I am now. When I first got into off-roading, first of all, wasn't even introduced until I did a video called Recoil.
Yeah.
with-
Please tell us about that.
Yes, please.
A little video.
I did a video called Recoil. It's on YouTube. It's with BJ Baldwin. And
When was that released? Last year, right?
Oh,
Oh, no, a couple. Oh,
Oh,
no.
was
That's
that-
Goodness,
20?
time flies.
we filmed in 2012, I think.
yeah, no,
And
there's
it
been
came out 2013.
Okay.
yeah, there's been like four
Yes,
or
it
five.
came out the year I was married. So yes, 2013.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was good.
love
I
how
love how
you
you remember it.
Right,
Okay.
right.
By major
Right.
life
Sure,
events.
of course.
Yes.
We all do. Yeah,
And this is
totally.
a major life event.
Which one, Recoil or being married? No, I'm just kidding.
Both, actually. I had never heard of off-road before. One of my girlfriends that I met when I first moved to San Diego, she actually saw that I was pivoting into the car industry as a model.
Yeah.
And most specifically in the JDM market.
Okay, cool.
And they were looking for a girl to shoot with a GTR. So at that time, that was right up my lane.
Yeah, of
yes,
course,
I
yeah.
would love to be considered for this project. I remember Eric coming home from work, and at that time, he was just my boyfriend. And I told him, oh my gosh, babe.
Yeah, because he's into off-road.
Yes, he is. Which is something that I didn't know at the time. This is something that we didn't really talk about.
How funny. Okay.
But I just remember him coming home and I told him, oh, I'm shooting this video, I think, or at least I'm getting submitted for it. I hope I get it. And he said, well, who's it with? I said, I don't know, some guy named BJ Baldwin.
Oh.
Sorry, BJ, love you. But I had no idea who you were before.
Yeah, at the time, of course.
love that.
But I'm sure Eric
that
did.
time, Eric was like, are you serious? He
Jaw
just
dropped.
won the Baja 1000
Yeah.
back-to-back Ironman.
Yeah.
And to me at the time, that jargon just went
Sure,
over my head.
sure.
Like,
Right.
I don't know. I'm going to be in the desert with a GTR, so I'm going to have fun.
Right.
I mean, that's pretty cool.
That's
too.
so right. Yeah, that part is really
Yeah.
rad.
I
Yeah.
remember BJ sending me a text message, and I remember it was like kind of like, So I played it off with a joke, and that's what got me booked. He said, you played it off well. You're going to be out in the desert with a bunch of dudes
Sure.
for long hours. We just want to make sure somebody was going to be cool with that and
Love it.
come
Yeah.
on out. So they flew me out to Vegas, met BJ. Within 5 minutes, they're setting up the shot of his truck jumping over the GTR, and it still didn't.
Did they tell you what you were
It didn't
doing?
process.
And you're like, I don't.
What
do I
your
have to
role
sign a
was?
release?
You know, I didn't even sign a release.
Oh my god.
Good thing it worked out. But
Can you jump that truck?
I mean, when I first saw this truck, I didn't even know what a trophy truck was. This thing looked like a toy truck, just life size.
Right. Yeah.
And I remember going to take a photo of it and everyone freaking out, like, no, the livery, we're revealing it. And again, more jargon. I don't even know what a livery is. I'm just taking a picture of this thing.
I just want to do a selfie.
Sorry. To my husband to be like, I don't know what this is, but I guess this is jumping over me.
Oh gosh, right.
And yeah, he did a couple test shots, and then I got in line. And
It was really, no big deal.
just right next to the GTR. My role was to be this girl lost in the desert. I ran out of gas. Of course, they had to give me that role. But I'm like putting my cell phone up, and I'm looking for service, and boom, here comes my knight in shining trophy truck.
I love it.
I think we did that take about, I don't know, maybe like 12 times.
Oh, wow.
Well, we had to. This was before like everyone had a bunch of GoPros.
Oh, sure.
Drones.
Sure.
We were shooting.
They had to
like
get different
a
angles.
helicopter.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Right?
All the angles.
Yeah.
And I remember then we cut to the next scene where he drifts into me. Got that on the first take. So I'm getting into the truck now. And as soon as we're done with that shot, they're like, all right, Janey, we've got a stunt double for you now for the desert run. And I was like, no.
There'll be no. First of all,
I love
I
it.
stood out there.
I love it.
Second of all, none of you guys are my size. All of them are much taller. It's going to be obvious. But I was like, no, I want to see what this can do.
Yeah.
And
That's
I remember
rad.
everyone was like, oh, are you sure? Are you sure?
Oh, heck yeah.
Treating me like a little gentle
yeah.
flower. I'm like, no, let's go. Why is everyone treating me like this? And I mean, as you guys probably seen from the video, some of those shots and those jumps that we were taking, I was hooked. Like,
I love it.
landing on a soft pillow.
Right?
That was
Pillow. You're just like a pillow. And then fast. Things that I like,
Yeah. Oh,
It's only like $1 million to do something like that.
You know.
she's totally talking our language, though.
That was my very first taste of off-road life.
And like you said, you were hooked.
I just
Boy.
didn't know how to get into that space, but I just want to be there. The thrill.
Yeah.
I love it.
I'm
it.
getting like little goosies.
I
Right
love
now.
it.
Yes.
Reliving that moment.
Yes.
Awesome.
So much
Well,
fun.
you're a very good storyteller because I've got the goosies still kind of just thinking because I've been in those trucks and I'm like, yeah,
Right?
I know. You just know,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Any type of going fast and jumping,
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
like your stomach kind of falling a little bit, and you're like, yeah.
Right?
Like
People don't.
something you can get to like flying yourself.
Obviously you can like tell people it's like a roller coaster or something, but you don't know what to expect at all. And
Yeah.
it's completely different. Like, so you're thinking, I mean, in your
little bit
head,
more
you
death-defying.
always think this is what's happening. And then, the suspension on something like that is insane. So you think, I'm going to feel this. Nope, it's a pillow.
Yeah.
What just happened?
So good.
I was getting ready to brace. And
Yeah.
then it was the
Yeah.
first landing. I was like, oh, this is going to be fun.
I love
So
it.
a lot of
I
the
love it.
in-shot scenes of me smiling ear to, you can see
I
in my helmet,
love
I'm
it.
smiling ear to ear.
Oh
I'm
my
clapping.
God.
I'm just like,
Right. More,
every
please.
jump, I clap. And I'm like, yes.
And you're probably so happy that you were like, no stunt double. Yes. I'm glad you
love
did
it.
that.
I
I'm
am
glad
so
you
glad
did
I
that.
did too, because a lot of the times it can be a little bit of a like, okay, people pleaser. All right, I'll get out for somebody.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
no, I'm glad I stood my ground.
High five on that.
I know, huh? That was Baja Forged, signature vehicle builds and off-road products built to forge your own path. Baja Forged was basically made because we loved off-roading. We loved the open roads. If you're looking for off-road products to help you get out on the terrain, visit bajaforged.com. Follow us on Instagram at Baja Forged for our latest builds.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is an absolute honor to officially announce the giveaway of this 2018 GMC Denali behind me and this $10,000 in cash. Head on over to the site, envisionsupplyco.com, for your chance to win. Every $1 you spend will get you one entry into winning this 700 horsepower truck and this cash. Your chance is now. Good luck.
I already know
Awesome.
this is going to be the best seat in the house.
Totally.
Unless I'm driving.
Yeah,
Yes.
exactly.
Yes.
I love that. And so that was really the first taste of that. So what did Eric have to say about all this afterwards? Because that's hilarious. Yeah.
When do I get to go?
I know.
He just, I think I was also processing how excited he was for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was just a lot to process.
Yeah.
I mean, clearly, I feel like I'm still processing it right now.
I think it's
Awesome.
That's so awesome.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah.
I,
But
I
he
love
was super
that.
excited, very supportive.
Yeah.
It's very rare to find somebody that could be so truly supportive. But
Yeah.
he's
Yeah.
been a major rock in where I've come these days.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The reason why I decided to leave my day job actually was because of Eric.
And what was your day job? What was that?
I did a myriad of things. I was in the aesthetics industry for a while. I was a GM of a spa. And the last job I held, I did PR and marketing for 2 oral and maxillofacial surgeons.
Okay.
Oh.
Yeah.
There
So
you go.
It was a great office. I loved it. I just was not happy.
Yeah.
And I was always the happiest when I was out on the road working the events I was working.
And how did you get into that? How did that parallel? Was that like your side gig that you were like,
Yeah.
I want to do this, but I haven't?
Yeah.
I've
Yeah,
always
yeah.
had multiple jobs.
Sure.
I don't know why. I think
You bore easily?
a little bit.
Yeah.
All of us were like,
say,
because
I
you
know that
watched really
feeling.
fast trophy trucks in your life. We get it.
Yes. Oh my God.
You knew there was more.
But also, growing up, I'd always want things, and if my parents told me no, then I would always say, "Well, then I'm going to work and I'm
Cool.
going to
I'm gonna go hustle.
I love it.
myself."
Okay.
And
I love it.
so-
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would always stumble into little things. For a while, I was a dancer and a performer at nightclubs in San Diego, and I also managed their performers there too.
Yeah.
That was a fun life. I felt like I got to live out an alter ego on stage.
Yeah.
You know, like how Beyonce has her Sasha Fierce.
Like, yes.
My
Right.
alter ego. That was
Right.
like my therapy, and I
Sure.
would dance my heart out and leave it on the floor.
Yeah.
And there's your fitness too, right? That's
part of it,
Yeah.
yes, dance cardio.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's nothing like dance cardio,
No.
Yeah.
honestly. But then I kind of stumbled into modeling. And, you know, one thing would lead to the next. And here I am today.
I love it.
I've never
I
had
love
an
it.
agent really. So
Oh, that's
really
cool.
it's been a lot of referrals and
Yeah.
people passing me on from one job to the next.
Yeah,
So
recommending you because and I said you're an awesome person. Like
Thank
I
you.
just when I met you, I was like I great to hang out with and stuff like that too. So I mean, a personality is a big part of that, and I
Yeah.
don't think people realize that, especially even with modeling and stuff too. So
Oh, yeah.
yes.
Yeah.
Especially when it's event based.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
And- 'cause
we
interacting
can't
with
have
people.
a diva.
You know, you want to have somebody that's able to,
yeah.
people can feel that. If
Yeah.
you
Totally.
are standing
Yeah.
at an activation of an event,
Right.
people are not going to come even in to the activation
If
if
Yeah.
they look
feel
in
it.
and they see somebody with their arms crossed and
Yeah.
not talking.
Yeah,
Yeah.
of course.
So
yeah, it's
it's-
being welcoming, and that's part of it. Yeah, it is. I love that. So, like, did the Monster Energy thing, did that come into that? Because obviously you were that before the BJ Baldwin happened, right?
So Recoil led me to Toyo tires.
Oh,
So I did
okay.
a year with Toyo.
Okay.
But they, at the time, only used girls for 1 year, and they would bring on fresh new faces.
Yep.
So once I was done with Toyo, I thought, okay, well, I'll just go back to my day job and
Ew.
then I'll.
I know. No,
I know,
we
but
know.
like, for
Yeah.
real, sorry.
That's why this is called high octane hustle. We all get we don't want the 9 to 5. Like
Exactly.
most of us don't. Yeah.
Went back to the 9 to 5, and then I still had, the dance stuff on the weekends.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I felt like, okay, at least that's
You
my
were-
outlet.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
And I started turning down more and more opportunities, especially as I started working with Monster.
Okay.
And Eric told me,
Quit your day job.
I love you, but you're not getting any younger, and you don't want to look back. He said that with no, that sounded kind of harsh, but
So much love in his heart. But he just wanted you to chase your dreams, damn it.
he said, you're not getting any younger, and you don't want to look back on these
Yeah.
years and
Right.
think,
Of course.
what if?
Yeah.
And so it took me, honestly, it took me a while.
Sure.
Because it's scary, too.
It is. It is.
Especially
Yeah.
when you're so used to every 2 weeks, you know where your income is going to be.
Right.
And we're now married. We now
Yep.
have a mortgage.
Yep.
So, like, we're not playing
This-
around.
yeah.
Yeah.
Jumping
But-
in the deep end for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And my mom actually was the one that gave me her blessing. She said, you did everything I've ever asked for you to do. In the order I asked you to do it. Big thing for Filipino families.
Sure.
So she said, you have my blessing.
Go for it.
And
That's
that's
rad.
when I
Yeah.
like, okay, I'm doing this.
Yeah.
And I'm so glad. I have absolutely no regrets.
Awesome. I
It's-
love that.
It's crazy when you for us, 2023 was a time where we let go and dove in. And you like, I don't know how I'm going to make it work, but I'm going to.
You can relate.
But you figured out that you've got the hustle and you know how to get that next paycheck so that it carries you
do.
to the next.
Yeah,
And then
you
people
make
see
sure it
that
happens.
work ethic too.
Yeah,
That's, yeah.
And you mentioned that. So like we love our family so much and we do so much for our families.
Yeah.
And sometimes, like you said, like your mom gave you that. And so that's so awesome she did, because that doesn't always happen for all of us.
Yeah.
And like you were holding on to that, because like we all hold on to those things, like, oh, we want to make sure like everyone else is happy.
Everybody's satisfied. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
And it's such a big thing for us. Like that's awesome to hear that she gave you a blessing, because not everyone gets that,
Yeah.
but I'm glad that you took it. I'm glad that you took
Thank
the leap,
you.
because obviously it still takes you to do that,
Yes.
But we do, like you said, like you're a people pleaser. Well, we all are. We all want, until we can let go of something like
Yeah.
that,
Yeah.
like where that happens and stuff. So no, it's been cool to see. And so really even your evolution of what that's been, like you said, like, so now you're a model, but now, and even when I met you, like you said, like you were, in the other seat, right? You weren't behind the wheel really, doing some things. So how did that like change for you to be like, okay, I want to be in this more?
That trip, XO off-road, we were in Baja.
Yeah.
And I was sitting passenger all 4 days.
Yeah.
And
Such a fun trip. Oh my
was so
gosh.
fun.
It was so good.
What I really appreciated about that trip as well is I got to see all the terrain of Baja
Oh my gosh. It's amazing.
versus
huh?
just the start finish line, which is what I was used to seeing
Sure.
from working with Monster.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it was also my birthday.
Oh, that week. Yeah.
So
Okay.
we broke away from the group and we went to Papa's and Beer.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember you turned to me and said, well, have you ever thought about driving? Because it's so much fun. And I remember sitting there thinking, me drive? I don't know why I never thought that was
An option.
like
I
an
love it.
option.
Yeah.
I don't know why,
I love it.
but it was something that really sat with me.
Awesome.
And we went out to the desert a couple more times.
Yeah.
And then I got sick of sitting passenger.
And Eric's
like
like,
that.
shoot.
So now I'm thinking like, okay, what is it I gotta do
Yeah,
again?
yeah. That's the thing. I said to Greg, got to tell you this. I said to Greg, I said, what do I need to do to get my Ford Raptor? He goes, make $1,000 more a month. And I'm like, how am I going to figure that out? You know what I'm saying?
That's happening.
I'm like, okay.
Right?
Like, all the lights go on and you're just like, oh, new motivation.
Yeah.
I love it.
So I just kind of started talking about it out loud.
Sure.
Like, I'm going to start driving in this space.
Yeah.
And I remember speaking about it and some of the faces being like, okay.
Yeah.
Like, sure, that's cute. Probably thinking that, like, maybe this is all talk and I'm
Sure.
not. But I think what I was really doing was I was manifesting out loud what I
Of
wanted
course.
to see for myself.
I love it.
But at that time, I didn't know what even manifesting was.
but it was in your heart. It's like all of
Yeah.
us. There's something there. Like we all get it for a reason.
Yeah.
And so it was in you to know, like, okay, there's something there. I'm excited about doing this. Yeah.
Yeah, so the Camber Jeep was available
Okay.
for sale. And
Nice
Eric
suspension
showed it to me.
start with.
Yes.
Right.
He was like, so what do you
Go to
think?
the top.
And I've, of course, put it in the basket. Let's go.
I love it.
Shopping.
That was good. Put it in
Well, that is like my favorite term to say when I'm shopping. Is this cute? Put it in the basket.
That's one big basket.
I know.
It was
I love it.
big basket.
Yeah.
Yes.
Right.
So
was
I
good.
ended up purchasing the Jeep. And Eric, I think at the time, how did we get invited to this? I don't remember exactly, but we got invited to go Jeeping with Casey Curry.
Oh, wow.
And I thought, okay, well, if I'm going to learn how to Jeep, of course, like who best to learn by
Totally,
than
yeah.
Casey Curry. But of course, this was in December, and the rocks had snow and ice on it, and the Jeep that we came up on course was backing down because he couldn't make it. And I thought, this is my first ride.
Like, wait, what's happening?
And there ensued this multi-year battle of my head of me telling me I can't do it, and then
Right.
the other side of me saying, you're gonna do it.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
And it's just like, I've gotten better at it.
Of course.
Over the years.
Yeah.
Of facing a physical obstacle and just telling myself, like, you got this.
Yeah.
Instead of melting in my head.
It happens to all of us, though.
Yeah.
And it's like we have to
But I
overcome
forget
that.
that people are also human.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Go
No,
through
totally.
Those same emotions.
Totally. Yeah.
So, and I can tend to be very hard on myself, and I would kind of beat myself up of like, why are you so in your head?
Yeah.
You can do this. Just do it.
Yeah.
It's,
Well,
you know what? I think that's really good to talk about, though.
It is.
Because
I think getting behind the wheel too can be such an empowering thing to people because you are overcoming, like you're talking about. It's in your head, it's in your body. You're not doing it. Like it's a big vehicle that you're handling, you know.
Yeah.
And so when you get past that and you're like, I did that, you
Yeah.
know, it's so different, and it
physically overcame the obstacle.
Yeah.
Therefore, in your head, you overcame it.
100%. Yes.
You know,
yes.
like the biggest thing that
Well-
can stop yourself is you.
Yes. Exactly.
And it's a body feel, though.
It
I mean,
is.
I know that
It
you've
is.
probably
Yeah.
encountered that where you've been up in your head and then you achieve something, but you feel it in every fiber of your being, every part, every cell.
Totally.
You just completely feel it. It's like your
Totally.
best run, your best jump, your best shift, right? You know? My God, I made it up over that rock. Yeah,
good.
it's serious.
Totally.
It's serious.
Yeah.
I think it's
Yeah.
that's awesome.
Yeah, it is. No, but it is in your, and I love that you're sharing with us all those moments because a lot of people don't realize that other people are dealing with those moments.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And they are. I mean, it is one of the reasons why I love, and you do it too, you
Yeah.
teach too,
Yeah.
is getting other people behind the wheel because you see them on the other side and it's just like, oh my gosh, they're just
Yeah.
overcome with so much like excitement about something they accomplished. And it's like, that's like the best gift you can give to anyone, you know? Like,
And it opens doors for other stuff though too.
yeah.
Just doing that.
Which
one
obviously it
thing.
has for you too.
There
No,
you
but
go.
it has.
Yeah.
It really
Yeah.
has,
Yeah.
right?
It honestly has.
So tell
Yeah.
us more.
Yeah, and that's why we want to have you on. Like, I was so excited because
you.
I've really seen you grow since that trip too, and that makes me excited because it's the same thing. Like, we want to see as many people in this space because
Yeah.
it just brings more people in, and we get to see how like we just love it and we want to share that with other people, and you feel it too, you know. So, yeah.
Yeah, so that was my very first me behind the wheel.
Yeah.
And how many more times have you been behind the wheel? Can you even count?
Oh man,
I
we're
love
actually
it.
thinking about going out to Glamis this weekend.
Awesome.
Ooh, fun.
And being here and speaking about like I think we're just gonna make it happen.
Yeah.
Inspired already. We love it.
I'm doing it. Yeah, Glamis. I remember going to Glamis when Greg was still racing. So I've been to Baja, but I was 19 years old and Greg was racing for Polaris. And it was such a culture shock.
Oh, yeah, of course.
Hungry. I'm definitely hungry to get back there. But we did that whole desert going
Have
to
you
Glamis.
not been back there since then?
I haven't.
Oh gosh,
That's a long.
I know.
That's a long
We're ready.
time,
We're
isn't
going,
it?
girl.
We're going.
Do it.
Yeah,
Let's do a girls trip.
Yes.
I love it.
Yes. Already happening.
Girls trip.
But just the idea of the Glamis experience and doing all of that. But he was racing, an ATC at the time.
Oh, yeah, okay.
So just 3-wheeler. So
yeah.
it wasn't a car or a truck.
I have so
or-
much respect for anyone that does the Baja without a
totally.
cage.
Yeah.
That's a good
Right.
point.
Without a cage.
It's,
Oh
yeah,
my
it's pretty
goodness.
crazy.
Yes,
Yeah,
that's wild.
That's
Whenever
wild.
I've seen anyone on a bike or
Oh yeah.
Oh,
it's treacherous.
Right?
come
Yeah.
across the line, the
Yeah.
dazed look in
Oh,
their eyes,
right?
just completely dusted out. You can't even tell what skin color. Or,
Yeah.
it's just so much respect.
Did
for
you
that.
ever?
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Yeah.
Especially
with
Iron
that
Man?
being said-
Yeah.
Oh,
Yes.
With that being
Yes.
said, did y'all ever watch Dust to Glory?
Oh yeah.
I have, yeah.
I love. Oh yeah.
Yeah. Remember Mouse at the end? His eyes are so
That's
big.
what she said. Yeah, I know.
Oh, yeah.
It's a normal thing.
Yeah,
exactly.
totally.
I mean, it just overwhelms
We all
your
want that
body.
look on our face.
I mean,
Okay, maybe not so much
maybe,
like
but
that,
maybe not. I don't
but
know.
Maybe in
I guess.
one of BJ Baldwin's trucks.
Yes. Okay.
I'll be
okay.
there.
Okay.
I'm in.
Okay. So you
Okay,
have
sorry.
the Jeep now, and now have you? So you had that for a while.
I
And,
had the Jeep.
Okay.
It was also my daily.
Okay.
So it's my daily
Yeah.
and my toy.
Yeah.
And, the Jeep was fun and I learned a lot of technical driving in it. But I was quickly outgrowing it because I wanted to go faster. And I love the Jeep for rock crawling. I really do. But I just
totally get the
we don't
faster thing.
understand.
I wanted to go much faster. And I have broken way too many parts on my Jeep trying to go a little faster than I should have.
Oh my God.
So after a couple more broken parts, Eric was like, well, we should probably get you something else.
I love it. I love it.
Monster sent me out to Glamis for Camp Razor. And Monster was right next to Can-Am. And Can-Am was doing demo rides. And on the last day, I thought,
this is going.
I want to go for a demo ride.
Awesome.
Yes.
So I threw a t-shirt over my Monster Girl outfit.
I love it. Yeah.
It's a good
My
thing
skirt
those
and
are
my
tiny.
Ford Bronco.
I was like, it's like undies.
Just threw on a t-shirt.
Hey. You just want to
Strapped
get
in.
behind the wheel.
And I was like, wow, this is so fun.
Yeah.
I've never been in a UTV before. This is great.
Yeah.
And then we went on a Glamis trip with Rick.
Mm-hmm.
And at that time, he was building out a UTV.
Oh, yeah.
The cute pink one that he had. I don't know if you remember that.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
So cute.
Yes, yes.
But we ripped
He's from
down-
UTV Source, yeah.
Yeah, we ripped down Sand Highway, and I was like, okay.
This is a game changer.
I want one. So Eric actually surprised me with one.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So
A
rad.
very, very, very thoughtful
Yeah.
gift.
Yeah.
Because of what it has done for me, not only as a driver, but also where I am going in my
Yeah.
trajectory.
Yeah.
So I'm very thankful for that. But yeah, Rick and Eric worked on the
Love
UTV
it.
to design it up for me because, I like the little details. In
Yeah.
Yes.
She's cute. She's got snakeskin seats.
I love it.
Really graphic, because
Totally, but it's part of your
That's so
personality.
rad.
That's
Yeah.
what we love about cars because it really is an extension of who we are. Yeah.
I actually just got it rewrapped as well.
Uh-huh.
518 Designs helped me along with my graphics designer, Erwin. And now it has a completely different look than when I
Nice.
first got it.
Sure.
But
You
I
made it
love
your
my
own now.
Can-Am. I love it. I've learned a lot behind it.
Yeah.
Not just driving, but just a lot about myself.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right?
A lot about even how Eric and I communicate as
Oh
a
my
couple.
gosh! I swear,
Right?
she's reading my mind.
We always joke, if you want to do couples therapy, like,
race.
yeah.
With,
We weren't
one of
racing,
the
we were just
Janeys
going through
behind
the
the
dunes.
wheel.
sure. Like,
Yeah.
have
We were
each other
going
as a
through the dunes.
co-driver.
Me
Yeah.
driving, Eric
Yes.
co-piloting.
Right.
Yeah.
And we're just, everyone
It's good
doesn't
couples
even
counseling.
know. But we're probably like, yelling. Well, mostly me, probably. Because I told you, I'm like either soft-spoken or I'm like a banshee.
Love it. Love it.
And we would get out to our locations and, carry on as if we weren't trying to strangle each other in the car. But it has
That's
really
a strong relationship.
It
has
is.
taught
I agree.
us
I'm
so
familiar.
much about just communication.
Communication. Yeah. Oh my gosh.
I'm going to have to find out Eric's take on this too.
Goodness. Oh yeah, he's probably been like, oh jeez. But he hadn't had a truck for 2 years now,
Yeah.
so he's
Yeah.
had to sit passenger with
Yeah.
me. So it was like we really had a lot of time to work through.
So it was only the first couple trips, and then you started fine-tuning your communication skills.
Exactly.
Good for you.
But now I'm at a point where I think for a while.
You need a blower on that thing?
I like it. I like it.
For a while, I only wanted to follow
Sure.
Oh.
and not.
Well, you had to understand the
I needed to
terrain.
learn.
Yes.
You needed to learn it.
I learn better when it's monkey see, monkey do.
Of course.
Yeah.
Everyone
You
does.
know?
Yeah.
And now I'm in a space of, okay, I've been behind the wheel for so long now. I think it's time, like, I need to be confident in myself
Yeah.
that I know how to read the terrain
Yep.
and to drive accordingly. So
Yeah.
that's
Love
where
it.
I'm at now.
That's rad.
Love it. That's exciting.
Yeah,
it
it
really
is.
is. And it's that's what people you're graduating to different levels of what that is. And like you said, you're looking into yourself like, I have to trust myself.
Yeah.
I got this. Like
Yeah.
there isn't anyone else with you. It's you behind the
Yeah.
wheel, and that's what people it is a big part about learning yourself, I think.
Yeah.
Getting behind the wheel, huh?
I think you really learn so much about yourself off-roading.
Oh,
I tell everybody that. Like, I think I have a stronger grasp of who I am as a person because of the obstacles that I've overcome,
Yeah.
but also the communication.
Yeah. It's no longer, hey, I think it's that sticky thing over here. And no, I can't tell you what it's doing. It's
good.
just doing something. What do you mean you don't understand what I'm telling you? I know those arguments.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes.
100%. 100%. You're like, oh, namaste.
Oh, yeah. And I'm a yogi these days, so yeah,
Yes,
like, you know
yes.
what? I'm going to choose peace.
Right? Just breathe.
Yeah.
Just breathe. But even yoga has played a big role in off-roading for me as well.
Oh, I love that.
I think,
You learn to
Because-
breathe.
yes, you learn
Yeah.
to breathe. I didn't realize how much I was not breathing.
Interesting.
Until yoga.
Yeah.
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 You really, you have to, like, I don't know how I want to say this, but like, be in touch with your body and like
Yes.
how it responds because Sean said it's a visceral thing. It's a
Very much
feeling thing like you're responding, like when your foot is on that throttle, like it responds to you. Like all
Yeah.
that feedback is really important. So yes, breathing, all of that stuff all of it's important. You can't be super tight and you do have to loosen up and be like one
Yeah.
with the vehicle almost.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
there's all those things. So yeah, you're learning all of that as you do it, right?
Yeah, and there's, I forgot the name of the term. I think it's proprioception, where it's like
Oh, I don't know that
knowing
term.
where
Yes.
your body is without
Yes.
having to look. And
Oh.
for a while, I couldn't tell you where one body part was.
Where did you get that? Was that from a yoga thing
Yoga.
or what? Okay,
Yoga.
interesting.
Neuromuscular proprietary. Yeah. I
Okay.
used to know that. Yeah.
I was like, I don't know that word.
NPR.
So learning where certain body parts are, I feel like it's kind of extended out to now understanding like, oh, my tire is here. I
Yeah.
don't necessarily need to look over.
Yeah,
Yes.
I
I'm
should
just
know where it's at.
aware of
Yeah.
the
Yes.
spacing of things.
Love it.
Yeah. You
Love it.
It's changed your.
It's an extension of you.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
define what that
spatial
is.
awareness.
Yeah, that's really
That
good.
is such a huge thing.
I know. I love that.
Yeah, people. Well,
Something
with
I didn't
teaching,
think I would
yeah.
connect. To
Yeah.
be honest, I
Yeah.
just thought, okay, yoga's going to be my other side of life.
Sure.
But now I really see how yoga can work with this.
Yeah.
So that's kind of
Well,
like one of my little things I'm
You
going to
know,
work
it's
on this
interesting when you look at racers. A lot of them have these fitness regimes that that kind of involve yoga,
Yeah.
involve athleticism. It's not just hardcore. We're gonna lift.
It's more mental to get
Yes.
behind the wheel than people
Yes.
realize. They think it's such a physical thing. Well, they don't even think it's physical.
don't.
They
You're
don't
just
even realize
going
how
in a
physical
circle.
It
being
is.
behind the
Yeah.
wheel can be.
Yeah.
And like just taking people in my Bronco with me, they'll be like, I'm tired. My body hurts and stuff.
like,
and I'm like,
"Imagine how
yeah, I
I
know.
feel.
We're
I'm
bouncing
driving."
around and doing
Yeah.
things. I get it. So it's really
Yeah.
funny to see. They don't understand how much is involved, and they really think getting behind the wheel is like no big deal. Just get behind the wheel and drive, and you're like, yeah.
lot
Those
more
are also
involved.
the people that don't use their signals on city
Or the wrong
streets.
one, or whatever that is.
Saying.
Had a couple of those on the way here.
You're like, please don't hit me. Please don't hit me. Oh,
So then, how did you go from? Did you go from the Jeep to the Bronco, or what was next after the Jeep? Then,
Yeah, so I put a down payment on the Bronco as soon as it was available to, and then sold my Jeep in December 2020, thinking March 21 I was gonna get my Bronco.
like everyone else, and you didn't.
No, so I actually
So is it March 2022?
got it December.
Oh, I
21.
wasn't that
Okay,
far off.
It was a whole year without a vehicle of my own.
Oh gosh,
So when
That's
I
hard.
got my Bronco, everyone was like, "Are you so excited you have a Bronco?" I'm like, "I'm just excited I have a car again." Do you know how annoying it is to have to schedule with Eric? Hey, so are you doing this today? Can I take the truck?
Oh, yeah.
Or
Yeah.
I gotta call Lyft, and then at that time everyone was canceling on like short
Sure.
fares.
Yeah.
So I'd get stuck sometimes. Like never
wasn't
again.
a good year then,
It was an interesting.
but you
year.
endured it.
I endured. And it was worth it.
I was going to
Okay.
say, wasn't that like the height of COVID?
21, right? Yeah,
2020,
right
No,
after.
I
yeah,
think we were
it
still
was.
hopeful though.
It was like
Right?
we're hoping to
We're
come
like,
out of it,
"Oh,
but
it's gonna
It
work
couldn't last
out.
much longer than
It's gonna work
this.
out.
But yeah. Yeah.
Oh,
So
love
I
it.
got my Bronco December 21, took it out to Glamis bone stock within 3 days of bringing it home. And she did amazing out there.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah,
that's
so good,
awesome.
right?
She did so good.
love it, love it.
I had a blast. I never
Yeah.
thought I was going to be at a point of, well, which vehicle do I take out today on this run?
Oh,
Yeah.
man.
First world problems, but you know.
I know.
I'm like, which toy do I get to play with?
See,
Do I
it's all,
take the Can-Am
And
out
this is what you were
here? Do I take the
manifesting,
Bronco?
right?
yeah, it's all about how hard you worked, too, and got yourself in that position.
Yeah.
That's
I
a good
love it. I
position.
love it. And of course, you've customized it too.
That is customized as well.
Yes.
It's got my own little flair. We're still working on her, but you
Still,
know.
I know, and it's. I mean, obviously, Eric does it too. It's like once you do that, it's like us.
yeah.
I said it's an extension of your personality. You know, just like you had to change the wrap on your Can-Am too.
Because
it's these little
Our
things that
moods
you.
change.
Seriously.
Hello. I mean, I have to be a little bit more committal, but it's about wheels, or it's about interior, about something. You know what I'm
That is
saying?
so true, though.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, we can change it up. Totally.
We could add some neon here or something for Glamis competition hill.
Girl likes her options.
Always,
Absolutely.
always.
Oh my gosh.
Well, and tell us. I mean, what's so now? You know, you have some off-road vehicles. You're behind the wheel. Like, what's kind of the next thing for you then? Is there something just you want to be out there more, or what does that look like for you?
Manifest it, girl. Say it out. Say
Let's hear it.
it.
Okay,
Okay.
I'm manifesting.
Good girl. Good girl. Seems to work for you. So I'm just saying.
As I told you guys earlier, I really want to step into my power this year. And so I've started to think about racing.
Good. Awesome.
I love that.
I'm really interested in the Nora. I
Yeah.
think that would be a great intro for me. It's very much my style also.
Yeah.
I like, or at least what I've heard is the camaraderie amongst
Yeah.
at the end of the day.
Yeah.
amongst the teams, talking about things like that's just my vibe.
Yeah. And you clearly know people too. I mean, the first person that comes to mind with something like that is Kristen Matlock, right? Making sure that, do you know her?
I've always seen her on the start-finish line during trophy ceremonies.
She's got to be,
Love
she's
it.
going to be
Yeah.
so excited to meet you and
Totally.
experience that.
Yeah. I think it's great,
That's
and it's going to
rad.
happen.
Thank
I
you.
mean,
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah,
We
we're
already know it
we're
is.
throwing it out there into the universe. And
you.
she and I will come out with our own monster signs.
Yes.
What do you think?
Totally.
I think it's
totally.
right.
We'll
I think
be your
we'll
monster
be
girls
monster
for you.
girls.
Yes. Let's go.
Yes.
Yes.
I think that would be
Awesome.
great.
Okay.
Oh my
Well,
gosh.
can you believe we've already, that's it. We're done
Oh my
almost.
gosh.
I know.
I
It
know.
went by so fast, right?
That went by so fast. I felt like we could have
know.
talked about so much more.
I know.
and
right?
I was so nervous.
And you didn't need
Nothing,
to be.
huh?
I mean, you were
And it
nervous
was
for what, a
awesome.
second?
I think you were able to share some really good points with people that, our goal is, like I said, to get more people behind the wheel and excited and share stories like yours that they can hear that inspires them to go do that. So
Well, and I
I
think
think that worked. It was perfect. I loved it.
I think it's so beautiful to have that transition for her
Yeah.
because, oftentimes women don't always look at that as an option, right? That I'm
Yeah.
going to go from this goddess model kind of thing. Now I'm going to race. But you know what I'm saying? So I think it's a beautiful thing to be able to share your story.
Yeah,
you.
yeah.
I
So
appreciate
one of our
it.
last questions is, well, for me, I would like to know what your dream vehicle would be, why it would be that, and where you'd want to drive it,
Go global with this thought.
or whatever that is.
To be honest with you, I would love a 69 Bronco.
Oh,
me too.
yeah.
Oh, yeah. What
Yeah.
I just love a 69
Minty chip?
Bronco. Something cute.
Baby
I do
blue?
love the mint. I'm just like
The
thinking
little
of the
sun color with
top
cream
down,
interior.
and I want to cruise down the PCH with
Love
my
it.
cups.
Love
Eric
it.
can come too.
I love that.
But that to me
Perfect.
is just like the perfect
Love it.
cruise.
Yeah,
Love it.
It's like a perfect California memory.
It
you
is.
know?
Yeah, it's
It
a
really
California
is.
Kind of
dream
like
right
an
there.
iconic
It is.
California
It
dream.
is.
Yeah.
I totally get it. So
Okay, I have.
Well, oh yeah.
Oh, I have one
You're
more
gonna-
question
okay.
for you. Alive or dead? Who would you most like to sit down with for a conversation and a beverage of your choosing?
Beverage of my choosing. I've really been loving tea
Okay.
lately. But I think the person I would like to sit with, I really admire Audrey Hepburn.
Love it.
Oh
She's just so graceful.
I would just get. That's exactly the same
Yeah.
word
Carries
came to
herself
mind.
with so much grace.
Exactly
And
the word, yeah.
Watching documentaries and reading things about her, I didn't realize that so many people were actually critical of her and her looks.
Sure.
She didn't fit, what the Hollywood bombshell was
Yeah.
at the time, but she's an icon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that we remember her more than some of the other
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hollywood.
And there's so much longevity within her career.
Yeah.
So what a beautiful
And on top of that,
choice.
she's a humanitarian.
Yeah.
There's just so much, I think, I just love to learn from her.
I
Love it.
that.
Thank you.
That
Oh my
was
God.
great.
That
Perfect.
was amazing.
Perfect. That went so well. So, Janey, how can people find you, and how would you like them to follow you on Instagram or social or whatever it is?
I'm primarily on Instagram. Hello_Janey.
I love that.
I know.
I'm obsessed with Hello Kitty, so that's where the Hello Janey came from.
I didn't know that's where it came
Sounds
from.
like Hello Kitty. Hello,
That's
Janey.
good.
So yes, Hello Janey on Instagram.
Love it.
And also on all the other things. There's
Social
so many.
stuff.
I know. I know.
There's so many.
Awesome. Well, thank you for being on today. I
Thank you
really
for having
enjoyed this.
me.
This
I
is
really
great.
appreciate
So,
Oh my goodness.
thank you, everyone.
Yeah,
It's been great.
thank you guys for tuning in. I'm Fastlane Jane.
And I'm Design Muse.
And this was Janey. Love it. Thank you guys.
See you next time.